What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariel. If you didn't know, today's video is a requested one again. So I recently did a video all about how to store your pre-made fans. So today's video is going to be all about how to create your pre-made fans. So I'm going to be doing a few pre-mades for you guys, how I do them, how I store them, basically the whole process I go through, and then basically how to store them as well, just kind of like showing you guys exactly how it goes step by step. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's just get straight into this demo. So I'm going to show you guys first off what I actually have here. So I have our Flowrish Lashes Luxe Collection lashes. These are in 0.05 D curl 15 mil. And then I also have them in the same 0.5 D curl but a 13 mil. Then I have our Mega Volume J tweezers. These are the silver ones. So I'm going to be using these to fan our lashes. These are my absolute fave. So if you guys are interested in those, you can check those out on flowrishlashes.com. Then we have our Infinite Bond, and then we also have our tape. This is our FWL tape, and we have our glue ring. So everything here is available on flowrishlashes.com, so you guys can check that out. The other thing that we have is these little storage containers. If you guys are interested in these, you can check out the link in my last video all about pre-made fans, and I talk all about these little containers and basically how to use them, what to do with them, and how they are amazing for pre-mades. So I'm going to be using those today. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to grab my Sharpie, and then I'm going to go ahead and label this guy. So because I'm using my Luxe collection, first thing is I'm going to write Luxe on here just so I know which ones I have, and then they are 0.05 D curl, and it is a 15 millimeter. So that's my first one. Second one, I'm going to do the same thing, write Luxe. Again, want to make sure we know which lashes are which. 0.05 D curl, and then those ones are 13 mil.
Hey, who's that, JR?
Okay, so one thing I did do is I took our FWL tape and I did lay it down here just so when I do make the fan, I have somewhere to place it before I can put it in my containers, because I don't want to put them in the containers wet. So this way I'm able to make sure that they're dry before they actually go in the containers. So I'm going to go ahead and start making my fans. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start fanning my lashes. So I am a narrow fan kind of girl. I love narrow fans. So that's what I'm going to create here. So I'm going to go ahead and dip it into my adhesive, just the bases, make narrow. That's my little fan. I'm going to hold it for a second just to make sure that it stays nice and firm and doesn't close on me. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up and show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. So stay tuned for that. Okay, some quick pre-made tips is that you want to make sure that your bases are extremely thin, especially because you're doing like 2 coats of adhesive. So now and then when you go to apply it. So you want to make sure that they're super, super thin, because when you go to apply it into the second coat of adhesive, when you have to apply it to your client's lash, you want to make sure that it doesn't bulge or have a little bubble at the bottom. You want it to be as smooth and as thin as possible. And then also another quick tip for pre-mades is that you want to make sure that you're using minimal adhesive. You definitely don't want to consider this like how you go to apply your lash onto a client, because when you're applying, you want to make sure you have enough adhesive to apply to the lash and stick to the lash. In this sense, you literally just want the fans or the lash itself to bond at the base, and that is it. Okay, so these are my little pre-mades I made. I only made a few just so I can show you guys exactly how to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead now. They've been sitting here for like a few minutes, so I know that they're dry at the bases. So I just want to pop them off and pop them into my little container. So I'm gonna start on the end. Sorry guys, I know they're not the best fans, but it's because I was really trying to get this pre-made situation for you guys. And you can see like the base of it is super thin still and nice and pointy. You also want to be careful when you're actually placing this onto the tape. If the actual base of the fan is too wet, what'll happen is when you place it, the glue will spread and therefore create like a thick base. So you want to make sure you're just slightly resting it. So it's all about timing. You want to hold it enough for it to dry a little bit and then place it when it's like a little bit tacky. So that way it sticks to the tape and allows everything to dry in place. Okay, so see how this has like a little black dot here? That means that I actually took that fan off and I didn't end up using it. But the reason why that black dot is there is because it was too wet. So when I placed it, it spread. So what would have happened here, and it's exactly why I threw it out, is because the base would have been too wide and it wouldn't have been thin anymore. So I definitely threw that guy out. So you want to make sure that there's no black dots. If you notice, the entire tape has literally none, literally just that one. So make sure that there's not any residue of glue on your tape or whatever base you're placing your fans on. And that's what it would look like, of course, with a lot more, but that's what it would generally look like. And then you can close that up and you're good to go. Okay guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys loved it. I hope this was helpful. I hope for all of you guys out there who actually wanted to see how I created my pre-made fans, this was it. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back with something new next time. Bye.